Raja, good to see you, buddy. Lady G, good morning. Good morning. I'm hanging in there, rattling around this nasty ass messy shop. Can you guys hear me okay? Kayla, Raj, Robert G, Plywood. Ooh, a lot of people popping in today. Hey, I guess I ought to put this damn thing on, huh? That might help. Can y'all hear me and shit? Check of 1, 2, all that jazz. Cooking a roast with Yorkshire pudding. All right. Good morning, y'all. Big Bad Aussie came to show support. Late for me. I liked. I hope you have a great stream. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. I'm going to try something a little bit crazy. Look, I will be making some stuff. I got to finish making the bar today, which I'll get done. I got a new bar top made for it, which is cool. But I'm trying a little bit of a different twist. I think I'm going to try to multitask a little bit. Yeah, Robert, I have no damn idea. Lady G going to have to tell you. I don't have a fucking clue what the hell Yorkshire pudding is. Ooh. Get things going. Caleb over there laughing because he like me. I like shit. I don't know what the hell Yorkshire pudding is either. I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, I got a lot of things to get done here, but I'm gonna get it straight. Give me a minute. Technically, I kind of get my shit together, but I'll have it together in a minute. Today is my attempt to try a bit of multitasking. What I mean by that is I'm going to do the live. I'm going to talk about what I'm going to do in the video. But in addition, after I get into talking about it, which your feedback is going to be impeccable to helping me out do that. After that's done, I'll chop up the live and I'll turn that into this week's video. So you guys have a hand in what I'm going to be putting out this week, which is kind of cool, maybe. And then maybe I'll even be able to pull it off and, get it to, I don't know, get some shorts out of it or something. Don't tell Woodchucker what he missed on the live stream. No, I ain't saying shit. Absolutely not. I feel like a butthead, but I did make the replays of the live stream members only too. Just putting it out there, being honest. I mean, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I mean, it is what it is. How do I pop out chat? Hey! Now I ain't got to watch myself. I could just see the chat right there. Badass. Hell yeah. This turned out cool. All right. Aha. Diggity ding, diggity dong. We're starting to get somewhere. So what do y'all think about that? I'm going to try to multitask, like I said. I'm going to try to do a live. I'm going to try to shoot the video. by taking clips of the live and making the video out of it. And then I'm going to chop it up again and I'm going to make some shorts out of the long one that I made out of the live. So it's like videoception. I think that might be a plan. Letting everybody talk to each other. Johnny, Raja, Lady G, Robert G. A small, fluffy, crispy pancake. No pudding at all. What the hell do they call it a pudding then? What? That's like black pudding. What the fuck they call that pudding? That ain't pudding either. I mean, that's fucking cow blood or pig blood or sheep blood or whatever the hell they make that out of. Point is, the cake made out of blood. I mean, shit, I don't know. Which I ain't judging. I mean, I'm Hispanic. I mean, we eat menudo, which is tripe stew. So, do you, boo? All right, almost set. Ooh, I could use that. Yes, I could. Yes, I could. Mm-hmm. Plus, I don't know if you guys give a damn, but this might actually be pretty cool to see what the hell it's like for me to shoot a video. It usually don't take me very long to shoot a video because I talk at about 100 miles an hour and I speak about 7 volumes worth of crap in about 20 minutes. So it doesn't take me long to do that. It's just a matter of cutting down the like 7 hours worth of crap that I said into like 20 minutes. That's usually the hell of it. Because as most of you know, if you've been in a live with me, you know damn well that I just can't shut up. Mr. Shoemate, good morning. There we go. Okay, look. Hey, okay, now I can see the chat down there. It's kind of going up there. I mean, kind of ish. It's all right. I already know what went on in his private live stream. It's not private. It's not private. God, I literally put out promotions for it every week. I mean, how the hell is it private? Anyway, let me start over. Good morning to everybody. I love what a community of people in here is hanging out, man. This is awesome. Well, the replay is, I mean, I don't know what the look. I'm trying to do something cool for the members. I don't know what the hell to do. I'm still figuring it out. If it isn't abundantly clear at this point to some of the things I do, I'm an idiot. So I'm feeling it out like everybody else is. Oh, I got one of them top fan things too. That's kind of crazy. Billy's up in the lead in number 3. Oh wait, Roger's in number 1. Kick their ass, Roger. Get him. Damn, I need to refill my vape before we get going. My God. Y'all keep talking. I'm gonna keep on. Keep it on. Let me go get my juice. And y'all don't let me forget, I gotta make cheeseburger casserole for dinner tonight. Bye, everyone. Good to see you, Raja. Thank you. Fill up the juice. Fill up the juice. Okay, so in the spirit of everything I've been doing, or the idea that I've got, I'm actually going to be making a video at the same time I'm doing the live. I'll get you guys' feedback. You tell me if what I said was cool, or if you got a counterpoint or whatever. Because I think what I'm going to make a video about is something that I've seen come up in about 2 or 3 different conversations. How do I hate that I can't figure out where the hell to put this thing. There. Now I don't look like a dork with it clipped on my hat. Hat backwards, hat forwards. Shit, I don't know. See, this is the kind of crap that my brain runs wild with when I'm getting ready to make these. You like it on my hat? Does it look weird up there? Or, I mean, I figured like the shadow of the hat brim would kind of hide it or something, but it doesn't seem like it's doing it. On the side of my glasses. No, then I look like some freaking Terminator or some crap. I mean, it's like, you know, and a deer. I mean, I don't know what the hell that's. Okay, screw it. So let's walk through the video making process. The very first thing is I need to record my intro, which of course I need to introduce myself. Hi, I'm Mike and I make stuff. So then I'll clip that and then I'll say, well, I guess I'll just come right out and say it. When you're making things, when you're building things, they always tell you that accuracy is everything. And they're wrong. They're 100% wrong. Johnny, try not to get in a fight at the Waffle House, will you? I mean, if you do, it's cool because that's where you're supposed to throw down. Everybody comes out and they tell you accuracy is everything. And they're wrong. Accuracy isn't everything. Consistency is everything. I mean, when you think about it, for example, I've got a ruler right here, right? And this yardstick didn't come from the most accurate of places in the world. It's from one of the boxes. And if I take another tape measure and I measure along this thing, the farther I go down the line, check this out. I want you guys to see this. Hold on. See if I can get this to zoom. Hold on. Okay. So can you guys see that okay? Now when I measure down here, 30 is almost a full 1/8 of an inch off between the two of these. Now, I say that to say this. Your measuring device is an arbitrary piece of measurement. It will differ from one measurement to another. It's never going to be the same. So for those of you that are new, a lot of people will, maybe sometimes they'll have a tape measure that they got, and uncle gave them a tape measure, or grandpa gave them a tape measure, whatever ends up being. And they end up, oh, well, I'm using this one, but that one's closer. Let me grab this other tape. That's how you end up inconsistent with what you're doing. Tip number 1, pick one measuring device and stick with it throughout an entire project. It's going to save your tail, because it doesn't matter if this is actually 24, as long as this is the same 24 that I use no matter where I measure throughout the project. The consistency is what's going to be important. I'm not even going to care about whether or not in the real world it's actually 24 or not. The reason I say that is because that no matter where you measure throughout your project, if you're measuring with the same measuring device, you're going to end up with the same lengths and the same dimensions, and it's going to be consistent. And consistency is the key. If you go back and you look on my videos, you'll find that I actually made an entire compound beveled basket, and I never touched a measuring tool once. I still, to this day, have no idea what size that thing is. It's about like this, by about like this, by about that tall. I have no idea. But that just goes to show you that that's how unimportant it really is. So don't, I guess what I'm trying to tell you is that those guys that will obsess over things like William Ing's 5-cut method, and if you're using micrometers or digital calipers to the 1,000th of an inch, I hate to break it to you, the wood that you're using is going to move more than that anyway. So you're wasting your damn time. Don't bother. Mira Aglepa says, so what does construction crew do? The construction crew, that's a very good point. Some may say that a construction crew has several people with several different tape measures all over the place, and they come out with something consistent. Well, number one, the scale and the size of a new house, for example, has dimensions that are incredibly long, 12, 30, 40, 50 feet spans. And in the grand scheme of that, a 16th or an 1/8 of an inch is almost so immaterial that it never affects the grand scheme of what's going on from one person to the next. And secondly, I got to be honest, houses aren't built that accurate. You would be shocked. You'd be absolutely shocked at just how inaccurate they really are. Reminds me of Jimmy DiResta talking about it. He actually put out a sign, I think, that you can buy. It's, if it looks square, it is square. And you'd be surprised how many times they get away with that. Norm, good morning. Good to see you. Glad to see you, friend. One of the members in the house. And I was going to say, also depending on the scale of the project, I've seen, for example, for years, I worked in steel building fabrication. And for the inner dimensions of building, like for example, if I'm putting together a column with web flange beams, that has a tolerance of about 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch, because I've got other things that I can compensate for. For example, if I've got a little bit of a gap, I can run a welder in there, I can cover it up, and you'll never know. And then in the grand assembly of it all, it could be tolerances up to 1 inch. I mean, that's a lot. But as big as these things are, they can swing around and they can move about, and it's not going to bother things much. So that's tip number one. Pick one measuring device, stick with it through the whole project. Don't be switching back and forth between this and that, because the things we're making are relatively small, and that difference can make a big difference. I know over here, if it's less than 4 millimeters, it's fixable. So that's less than a 16th. No, I think 4 mil. Hold on. So that's a centimeter. That's 10 mil. 4 mil. It's right at 1/8 of an inch, maybe a little more. Hey, Suzanne, how you doing? Which is beautiful, because I love that you brought that up. That's going to be another tip that I'm going to talk about later. Thank you for bringing that up, Michael. The next thing that I have to tell you is something that a lot of other YouTubers have mentioned, and it's something that a lot of people may not know, but at the same time, I think a lot of people have covered it, but I'm going to cover it one more time and expand on it just a little bit. Your tape measure. This end moves. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. It's supposed to. Its whole job is to compensate for the thickness of this hook, so that when you push against something, it gives you the same measurement as hooking it over the top of something, pulling it out, and measuring. That works great. And if you didn't know that, well, now you know. What they don't tell you about is that you have to keep in mind that as your tape uses it, and it goes in and out, this, every time it goes into the tape, slams into the body. And that, on a minuscule level, almost indeterminable, it causes the holes to wallow out on this just a little bit. So over the course of thousands and thousands of times, eventually this gets more loose than it was when it was originally made. Make sense? So if your tape is old and your rivets are worn, much as I hate telling people to go buy another, I think you might have got the life out of that one. Now, for those of you who are still in the camp of being uber precise, I'm here for you. I love that you're doing that. But if we're going to go that way, then there's something else that I don't think most people talk about either. The angle that you're holding your writing device. This versus this changes how far my measurement goes by up to a 32nd of an inch, depending on how dull my pencil is. I can literally roll across here and make measurements that are up to 1/8 of an inch wide, maybe even wider. So if you're going to go all hardcore about it, then that's one thing. Another one to show you is that if I measure here versus here, I'm going to wiggle back and forth just like this to show you the different angle of the pencil, right? And now, look at the size of the line that I made there. That's how much deviation I have in my measurement, depending on just which way I'm holding my marker or my marking knife or my measuring device. So if you're going to be, as they like to say, chasing zeros, chase zeros the right way. And that means you're going to have to be consistent with the same way you hold this thing every time, whether it's straight up and down or at the same natural angle. You're going to have to do that. Otherwise, your angle is going to change, and your measurement is going to change. What else was I going to talk? Oh, the third thing that I'd like to tell every one of you guys is I have people that are in the UK, people that are in Canada, people that are in Mexico, people that are in Asia, and people in the United States who still use freedom units, Q Eagle. If you're going to pick one standard of measurement, use it during the whole project. Don't flip-flop back and forth between inches and centimeters and meters and yards and feet, and you're just going to make things all that more inaccurate. Okay? As much as they'd like to tell you that 26 millimeters is an inch, it's not. It's 25.884713. That throws things off. Caleb is tripping me out, man. Sorry, man. I don't know if you're being sarcastic or what. Give me a break, guys. This is for the newbies. So don't switch back and forth. Don't do that. Don't bounce between inches and centimeters or metric and standard. You're just going to make things all that more opportune for you to make an error that just doesn't fit up. The other one that I could tell you is that there is only one place in the world that has a measuring unit that has an inch. There's only one. It's in the British Institute of Science, Metrology, and Measurement. Shout out to all you guys in the UK. You guys are the only ones that have the gold standard, the one and only thing that they instituted as this is an inch. Everything else is a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy of a freaking copy. It's all, and so at the end of the day, unless you're taking your ass to London, you have no way to know if what that says is an inch or what your tape measure says is an inch. You have no clue. Well, thanks, Caleb. I'm glad this is helping then. For real. Now for a little bit of history nuggets. In medieval England, ironically, the place I just said is holding the one and only institute of a real inch. Measurements were based off of a king's body parts. Shit you not. The measurement that we have for this, for a yard, this is literally the distance from King Henry I's wrist to his nose. That's literally how they determined what the measurement of a yard was. All of it is arbitrary. It's all arbitrary. I mean, across Europe, measurements would differ from town to town. Because where do you think they got the measurement of a foot? From your foot. And the measurement of a foot depended on who the hell's foot you were measuring. I think you have to wear a size 10.5 US shoe to have I think, and don't quote me on that, but I think it is. I should Google that. I think it's a size 10.5 US shoe. Means you have a foot that is exactly 12 inches long. Which makes you wonder if measuring devices were so fucking crude back then. If measuring devices were so crude, how were they able to do things like build Westminster, Notre Dame? How were they able to build these magnificent things without having a standardized unit of measurement that everybody agreed on? Just a second, I'll show you. Behold, medieval Europe's first precision measurement device, a story stick. Now, the idea of this was that I would go up to what I'm working on and I'd say, I need a piece. I'm measuring something about yay big. So I would hold it up there and I'd put this at the end. And then I would give myself a hash mark. Just like this. Now I can take this and I know that this measurement is exactly one of these long. Give it whatever name you want to call it, a flea bop. Okay. So this one flea bop, as long as I use this same stick and I go around everywhere that I'm measuring throughout the project and I say that this is one flea bop and I hold it up there and it says, okay, ooh, that's a little off from a flea bop, but we can make it a flea bop because we know exactly how long a flea bop is. This was how they did it. And that's why I wanted to convey to you that all of this precision, accuracy, and measurement that they tell you about these days is dumb. It makes no sense. You're chasing zeros for no reason. Consistency is everything. Accuracy is nothing. As long as everything is the same, then it'll come out the same. Because the local builders had the same measurements and the math was constant. Yeah. And there was actually a time in medieval trades where the local trade guild would literally take active measures. Ironically, that was a pun. They would actually take steps to hide what their true unit of measurements were because it was a way to keep non-guild members from building the same way they do. Then your floor on the floor of the person you sell it, Jeff, isn't level. That's the way I see problems like that. Yeah. Recovery Life, thank you for jumping in. What do you think, guys? Do you have any other measuring tips you want to contribute? Easier and more accurate. Well, it is easier because it does work in the step of 10. If you're working off the metric system, everything's divisible by 10. You've got millimeters to decimeters to centimeters to that's all really cool working off base 10. This is another tool that I wanted to show you. This thing has been around, prevalent in maker shops for hundreds of years, probably over 1,000. And it was the ability to transfer a precise unit of measurement between these 2 points. And I think that the reason that this device has lasted as long as it has is because there's not a single ruler, yardstick, gauge, nothing on it. It's all referential measurement for consistency. As long as I set this at this, measuring it here is going to be no different than measuring it here. It's going to be exactly one of these units wide. Yes, it is, Norm. I love it. Which is another thing that I wanted to convey to you guys. There is a difference between accuracy and precision. I understand that my compass will give me a very precise dimension between these 2 points. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's accurate to anyone else. It just means that now I can be as precise as I want to in transferring this same measurement from one place to another throughout my entire project. That's absolutely right, Lady G. I mean, how many of you guys have been out in the yard and you've watched Dad try to talk about how many pavers he needs for a walkway? And what does he do? He goes heel to toe, 1, 2, 3, and he starts measuring across the floor that way. It works. And the reason it works isn't because his foot is any particular dimension. It's because he's using a consistent level of measurement with the length of his foot to determine what he needs to do. When he says I need 14 feet, he's not talking about 12 inches. He's talking about 14 of his feet. Mr. Lyons, thank you for joining. We were just talking about something. Maybe you have something you want to contribute. I'm doing measuring hacks, and the video that I'm doing for this week, this is actually a new process. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to do a live to get everybody's input, to try to cut this down later to become a long form video and become shorts. So your input is awesome. My contention is accuracy is not everything. Consistency is. And maybe you got some awesome history facts. I was talking about how a yard was determined because it was the measurement between Henry I's wrist and his nose. I thought that was pretty cool. All of it is super arbitrary. It never, ever is accurate from one to the next. Like that was another thing I was giving the shout out to the UK about, because they're the only place on the planet in the Museum of Museum of Metrology and Measurement in London. That's the only place that has the only thing that they determine this is an inch. It's the only thing. Everybody else, that what we have is a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy. Use a pencil more than a tape. Yep. And Lion says, yeah, even those probably substituted off of measurements they got from France. But the units, the measurements, the nomenclature that we give them over time isn't really that necessary. I mean, when was the last time any of you guys measured something in cubits? When was the last time you measured something in leagues? They're not all of that important. In the ancient world, in the Middle East, they measured things in hands. Simple enough. It's 4 hands across. Couldn't have said it better, Lines. If X is X, then X is always X. Right? The horse races, they still measure things in furlongs. Do any of you guys measure something in furlongs? Have you built a single shop project in furlongs? No, I don't think you did. Neither have I. I hope that this is going to be a great video for newer people. And I hope that it at least it reminds them that all of these people, especially YouTubers, God, YouTube builders, right? God. They all want to consider, measurement, your accuracy is absolutely, you got to be spot on and you've got to use this method that will get you within 300 thousandths of an inch. When in truth, they don't even know what 300 thousandths of an inch is themselves. You know what they do know? They know what their little caliper told them. And their caliper is only calibrated to whoever calibrated it. And he got that measurement from who knows. Stand by. I'm going to come back with something in about 2 minutes. Yorkshire pudding, yes. You two, all of you British people, educate the rest of them about Yorkshire pudding because it is probably not from Yorkshire and it damn sure ain't pudding. So I don't know what y'all are talking about. I'll be right back. The wife was using this thing out front. So I had to take her flower pots out of it. Fill you up as meat was expensive, the leftovers would eaten with jam to fill you up more. No, a pudding is an amorphous glop of liquid corpuscence that is usually sweet and is desserty. I don't know how the hell something is equated to a waffle or a pancake or whatever the hell y'all are doing, flapjacks, fritters, and it's a Yorkshire pudding. Or maybe that's just their acknowledgement of the fact that Yorkshire is kind of fucked up in the head and they call pudding pancakes or they call pancakes pudding or some shit. Maybe that's what it is. All the British people are like, oh, you know them Yorkshire folk. I'm on they're a bit off in the head. So I don't know why they call this pudding. I understand it's a pie. right? It's a pie, but they call it pudding, so we all call it pudding. Let it go. Don't argue. No need to meddle. Whatever the hell, that's how it is. Good to see y'all again. Hey, June. Good to see you. I tried to cover this topic earlier in another video, but I thought this was a damn good example. I built this little basket for the wife to put flower pots in. As you can see, it's got compound bevel angles. It's got very precise, this has got to be straight. And then this is the same complementary angle as this angle. And I never once measured this thing. I have no idea what size it is. I could measure it now if we really wanted to, but it would kind of ruin the mystery and it'd ruin the point. I ended up building something that works just fine, that does exactly what my wife needed it to do, that does so in a stylish way with some complicated connection between all of the components. And I never had to measure a damn thing. Nothing. It all just came out. And it did so because it made referential measurements. None of it was based on any standardized kind of measurement at all. The point being that if this bottom piece is exactly the same as that bottom piece, go figure, they come together. Wow. Thank you, June. I think it came out really well. The wife likes it. She seemed to enjoy it quite a bit. Again, I'm over here working on my the idea is to multitask all of this. So maybe I could do this and then chop it up later and make a long form video and everything would be cool. He's cutting the hedge. Oh, man. So he's got about 5 minutes to bring my motorcycle back. Dang, that thing was pretty. Harley 103, it wasn't bad. It wasn't that bad. It's kind of new, but it is what it is. It didn't look so bad. Avoiding the wasp nest. So, Lions, do you want a tip on how to get rid of that wasp nest? What is going on down here? User account control. No, fuck off. Isn't that weird? That's just so ominous. I mean, some program will pop up and talking about that it wants to make a change to your computer, and then you look at it and it's like user change control. What the fuck is that? Hell no. Petrol at night. Actually, what you can do, and I've seen this work so well, is if you take an airtight jar without a lid and you put a little bit of gas in it, and then you're able to cup it over the top of the hornet's nest, then it asphyxiates them. They fall into the fuel and they drown. And it usually just seconds and they're gone. You can dispose of it like super fast. And believe me, we're in the South. So there's yellow jackets all over the place down here, and it works like a champ. I've done it on 2 or 3 right here around the house. It does. It kicks ass. It does good. but you end up killing them all, and then you can scrape it to the side. If you can knock the dauber off and it will fall down in the fuel, you'll get rid of the whole hive, the whole nest. It'll be done. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. I don't want to try to make a comparison between British Hornets and American Southern Yellow Jackets. But all my friends over here in the South, they'll tell you, them Yellow Jackets get a hold of you, you're in trouble. They get enough on you, you might die. They'll get you. That's true, Caleb. You don't even got to light that on fire. You just throw the fuel up there and be done. You ain't got to burn them out or nothing. More black than yellow. Oh, hell, what are those? Those are those damn... Hold on. I know exactly what you're talking about. What the hell? Mud daubers. That's what they are, mud daubers. Yeah. Disclaimer from my channel. Don't do any of the damn things that I say. If you do, you'll probably die. So time for me to get the last most important clip in there. I hope you guys will indulge me for a minute. So what does the outro sound like? The outro sounds like, so guys, I hope that gave you a lot of good tips that may be able to alleviate some of that stress that you have over whether or not you're more accurate or you're accurate enough to do what you want to do with your projects. If this is your first time here, of course, do all of the things, hit the click it, the like it, the diggly do, and the subscribe. Or if you want to support even more, you can be like these cool people and become Mike is Making Stuff members. Those members are very profesh. Nice. All right, so let's list them all off. Dad's Workshop, From the High Desert, Big Mex Woodworking, Palato Creations, Plywood, Kevin Ellis at 4413 Woodworks, Corey Bradley, Darren Mosier, Ricker Creations, LJ Woodworks, Flossie, Norm Hughes, The Blessed Carpenter, Chardonnay Boyce, Dan's Homestead, and Elegant Woodcraft. Without any of you guys, honestly, I have no idea how I was going to be able to continue any of this. If you'd like to show your support and you'd like to become a member, the link will be down in the description. If you feel like I've earned it, I'd appreciate it. Hey, I think I got enough footage for the long form video now. Oh God. Yeah, shout out to Corey. Shout out to all of them, man. I mean, they absolutely killed it. How's the bar? So let's catch up. So I made this. Which I thought was a pretty cool little like mosaic piece. Pretty rustic, whatever. Originally, I was going to make that the top. But then I thought that was a little too crunchy to be the top. I didn't really like that. So I went back and I found an old kitchen table that I had taken the top off of. And I kind of came up with this. Which I don't know if you can see that with the dam. But it's a pretty big 5-foot by 18-inch chunk of maple slats that were all jointed together to make this top already. And I added a couple of accent pieces of walnut down here. So I'm going to smooth that out and make this the bar top. Yeah, it's got some maple strips here that are all kind of joined together. And then I ran a couple of pieces of walnut down here as accents. I actually made 2 rip cuts here and then glued these in. I think that that's a much better looking top. And then from there, the idea is I'll use the mosaic that I built. This will be so like the bar top. The bar top is like this, right? And I'm going to use that mosaic on the front of it right here, but it's not going to go all the way down. It's only going to go about halfway down, and then I'm going to fill the rest of it in with more uniform wood so that it's more like an accent. What router piece did you use for the edging? Ooh, let me show you. There's a very large bit we have available. I think I can find the smaller version because I don't know where the hell my router is right now because I'm an idiot. Hold on. That's the other thing I got to do today. Maybe you guys want to stick around for that. I got to clean up my damn shop. Jesus. I got more project than workspace right now. It's kicking me in the balls. There we go. It's called a roundover bit. And this has a bearing up here that lets me ride across the edge and use it as a template to give myself a consistent curve all the way down. Are you guys out in the shop? What are you doing? Aw, I didn't even realize that. Look at that baby. That's a dinky fell out a bit ever. It's so tiny. I have no idea why my brain does that. I'm sorry. All right, so the idea is take that, use that as the accent piece underneath this to be the bar top. I'll run the round over along these edges here, but I didn't want it to be as drastic as what I had on the sides. And then I've got a piece of acrylic that I actually cut off of a big screen TV that I'll lay on the top to give this some waterproofing and let them be able to do stuff like spill drinks on it or whatever the crap, and it's not going to ruin the whole damn thing. Uh-oh, someone borrowed the cutters. Well, shit, that ain't good. True story. Let's see how much you guys laugh at me after this. In the get it done category, there's a small patch right out near my utility meters that was starting to overgrow, and somebody decided to help themselves to my weed eater. So it took off down the road, which was funny because check this out. They stole my weed eater, but they left behind a kid's razor scooter. Make it make sense. Somebody make it make sense. Why the hell did they leave this and take off with my weed eater? Maybe it was because they couldn't carry them both, and I don't know. This one, the weed eater seemed like it'd make them more money at the pawn shop, I guess. The hell, I don't know. But I thought that was pretty funny that they decided to bail and leave this scooter behind, and then haul ass with my weed eater. That's neither here nor there. The operative point is I live in a subdivision. And that subdivision, like many subdivisions in America, has an HOA. Can I tell how much I love the HOA? For those of you unfamiliar with the U.S. and the kind of things that we usually do, oh, there's a boxing match across the way. All right. 108272, the domestic in progress. Anyway, for those of you unfamiliar with it, the HOA has gone viral all over the internet, I'm sure. HOA stands for the Homeowners Association. And the Homeowners Association started out with the best of intentions. Its idea was that everyone in the neighborhood entered a covenant that said, we're all going to keep our yards clean. We're going to keep our house in good repair. We're going to do everything we can to make the neighborhood nice so the kids got a good place to live, you know, that kind of stuff. Or more importantly, if I do want to end up selling my house later, I'm not living in a ghetto neighborhood, which drives the price of my house down cheaper, right? So in theory, it did begin with the best of intentions. And then the busybody sons of bitches got a hold of it. Hey, Ara, good to see you, friend. They got a hold of it, and they decided that they wanted to use it as an opportunity to meddle in everybody's business and have everybody behave as prim and proper or to the standards that they felt were suitable. So HOAs give people crap for being anything different than what they normally are. Good to see you too, AR. The HOA can't stand me already because I got lumber out my yard. Well, we think it's just a little bit of an eyesore. You got all that damn wood out there. You could probably do something, clean it up and get rid of it. Do you really have to do woodworking? You could crochet. Right? Lady G, thank you for stopping in, dear. Appreciate you. Anyway, I digress. Back to the getting it done however you can story of the day. The HOA likes to raise hell if there's overgrown amounts of vegetation around our utility meters. Where is your membership link? Check. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. I can give it to you guys. Thank you for considering it. Get my shit together. Invite viewers to join your channel. That's it. Control V. Bada pow. And I'll edit the video so that the link is in there. Thank you, Caleb. Appreciate it. Yeah, and I think that also right next to the subscribe, there's a join button or something. But short answer, the HOA likes to raise hell about the fact that there's vegetation growing around these utility meters. And because, let's go! I'm not going to do the peer. Yeah, but I guess I just kind of did. But Caleb, you get it. Thank you, brother. Love you. Flex arms for Chucker Wood Caleb in the chat. Show him a little love, man. Long story short, somebody walked off and ganked my weed eater. And I had to do what I had to do. And I spent almost 2 hours yesterday cutting about, well, a 3.5 foot. So about a 1 meter square for those of you in the UK. I cut all of this down. Grass, weeds, vines, all. Just like this. Shit you not. With a pair of scissors. Which, don't get me wrong, I gave it a fade. That bitch is pretty. It's tight. All the other female back utility, they're already looking at him because they know he's clean. He's got his fade tightened up. He's cool. The guy gave him a line and everything, man. He's all right. Getting it done however you can. By the way, Harbor Freight. Another one of their cool lines called Quinn. These scissors have literally tore up. And I just told you, I ended up cutting grass and weeds and crap with this yesterday. Still cuts clean as a whistle. These things are incredible. Are they not? Or did I just get lucky? I mean, these things are a beast. These things are great. Those scissors have gone through everything I've asked them to go through without issue. And give me some of the cleanest cuts I've ever got out of a pair of shears. And the steel that they're made out of, I mean, this isn't little thin. I mean, this is probably good 3/16 of an inch thick. I mean, they're thick, they're stout. You don't bend them, they don't flex. You need to keep that link in the description. Yes, I will, Mr. Caleb. I will continue to do so going forward. It's I'm still getting used to it. I suck at it, but thank you for bringing it up. I'll make sure that it's in there. I'll edit this after the fact because I got to go in there and change it from private to public anyway. Yeah. Shit you not, lines. Out there with a pair of scissors. But I got it done. That hole was clean. I guess we could build a bar. Ooh, and I ended up getting some of my favorite stuff to work with. Everybody in the YouTube reclaim, reuse, recycle, upcycle, whatever the hell you want to call it, they all go off about the same kind of stuff, right? They all go off about pallets. Oh, we got to get pallets. Shipping containers. We got to do that. You know what they all sleep on? Watch this. Old, blown down cedar fence. You guys know what I'm talking about? The end of these guys? Fences with thousands of these mugs all over the place, especially down south in West Texas where I'm at. Everybody's got one of these damn fences, right? I mean, hell. See what I mean? Everyone has one of those damn fences. Everybody. And these things are so cool. They are such a damn advantage over pallets. And I'll show you why. Number one, 6.5 feet tall. Number two, to clean it up, 1, 2, 3 smooth shank nails. I'm done. This is ready to go. It could go through the planer right now in seconds. And when you put these things together, I joke. I do not joke about it at all. They are gorgeous when they come together. I have built armoires. I have built kitchen cabinets out of these things. I have built an entire chest of drawers out of them. I've built bedside tables. I've built mantles over fireplaces. They're just gorgeous. And everybody looks at them and they're like, oh, gee, ain't no fucking point. This is 10 times better than a pallet. 10 times better. Exactly. And that's the other one, is that when you look, I guarantee if I went on Marketplace right now, hold on. I'm going to go to my local Fakebookey right now. And I'm going to go straight up to Marketplace. Watch this. Free fence panels. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 posts. 7-foot privacy fence panels. Took them down in order to replace my fence. Free to anyone who wants them. Now, I ain't going to work because that piece of shit truck still got the transmission shot. Fence pickets. Fence pickets. Not the brand new ones. Go get the old ratty ones. These things, they have a wonderful aged patina. They're beautiful, darling. Beautiful. I didn't put anybody on repeat. Can y'all hear me still? Check, check. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, yeah. Do. Is it working? There's a little bit of a delay. Hold on. Oh, there they are. It's joking. Oh. I got you. I'm stupid when it comes to that kind of stuff. But I guarantee you, put like 3 searches in like Facebook, Craigslist, you'll have more than that shit than you know what to do with. There are some caveats to it. It is strong and stable if you're using relatively short pieces. 1, 2 foot, maybe 2.5 feet. Like if you're building end tables, yeah, you'll get away with it. But if you're going to build anything with a considerable dimension to it, that's like 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 feet long, 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot, shit, then you probably want to figure out a way to brace them up or give them some backing or something. Which is what we're going to do on the bar. I'm going to put a couple of corner brackets in, which I think I'm going to cut out of a 4x. I think I got a 4x4 out there somewhere. And I'll cut the corner brackets and then use the mosaic that we made for the top of the front, and under the bottom, I'll run those fence pickets side by side to give it a nice smooth look. And then if I got enough pickets, I'll run vertical on the sides of the bar. But, okay. Caleb, thank you for stopping in. I appreciate you, brother. Seriously. And thank you for the membership. Don't think I don't freaking appreciate it, dude. Seriously. But to recap what I was talking about, the sides, I'm going to use these pieces of plywood that I got out of some of my favorite coffee pallets. For those of you that don't know, I got a local, well, hell, there ain't no other way to say it. I mean, you guys already know what kind of person I am, so you know I ain't trying to be mean to them. I got one of those local bougie, blue hair, mochaccino, coffee shops. And they input all of they bring in all of their beans, they import them on these bougie ass pallets. Like they all come in and the runners are all made of freaking maple, and they're all, instead of slats, they're all covered with this. It's like 1/2-inch plywood. Absolutely crazy. So I love going to see my coffee people. They definitely takes care of me. So the idea, though, to get back to what I was saying, is that you can use the fence pickets, and that's great. I'm going to use them with the plywood as a backer behind them. So I'm going to kind of brad nail the pickets to it so that I'm using them just for the aesthetics. Plywood out of here too? Oh, wait. Who's telling who buy? Because I see two at the plywood and chucker, and there's later plywood, buy chucker, buy plywood. Or both of you, I don't know what the hell's going on. If you're both leaving, thank you for stopping in. Love y'all to death. Plywood, wishing your beard all the best. I hope it grows back quick. I know, damnation, that will be, I wish I could go on about how typical that story is, but I'm not going to do you like that. Sorry about the beard. Sorry you had to trim it. Hope it grows back quick. Whew. So the idea is, I was talking about plywood to plywood about plywood. Yeah. And only in this group would that even make any damn sense. This is the only damn group where I could say that and everybody goes, talking to plywood about plywood. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I get it. Mr. Mike, thank you for joining in from the Whack and Shack. You got Sunday Spun Day here in a minute, or are you already done with it? Wait a minute. What happened? Did I miss it? Is it a time zone thing? Hold on, you got me all fucked up. Is it going to be in 28 minutes, or was it 32 minutes from ago, or what the? Hold on. Fuck. I'm going to let Mike talk. Give me a minute because I'm freaking the fuck out. Going live at 1 Eastern. So that's like 27 minutes from now for us. Well, it's 27 minutes from now, no matter where the fuck you're at, but I get what you mean. If anybody else had additional input, the idea that I had this week was that I was going to do the live. I covered all the stuff that I'm going to do in my long form video this week. And if anybody has any other contributions they want to make to it, it's absolutely fine. My hot button take is that accuracy doesn't mean shit when it comes to making things out in your shop. Consistency is 100 times more important than being accurate down to a particular measurement. And I even showed that my yardstick here had a completely different set of measurements than my tape measure did. one of my tape measures has a completely different set of measures than the other one. They're not consistent amongst each other. So I gave some tips about how to avoid all that. Use the same tape measure every time. Keep in mind that sometimes they wear out. And being consistent is yards more important than being accurate ever will be. Lions, are you still alive over there? Did you drop off the chat? I don't know if you saw it. Y'all keep Lions in your prayers. He's over there dealing with a yellow hornet nest. He got a mud dauber nest out in his backyard, and he's got to cut all the damn vines and overgrowth, and his backyard kind of looks like it's got kudzu going through it, and nested in the middle of that is like a mud dauber nest. I hope you made it, man. I hope you made it, dude. The last he said anything in the chat, he was fucking around with it, trying to figure out how he could get rid of it. And we talked to him about the jar of gas and, all of that shit. I don't know if he did it or not, but I ain't heard shit from him since. Kind of worried. I think he might have tried that shit and then took off and ran like hell because they're chasing him down. The neighbor's got a girl over and she's doing the walk of shame. She's trying to get out of here. In case you're wondering, it's not bad. Good 7.5. Well, I can't. She's in the truck now. Oh, he's being so nice. Let me give you a ride back to your car. Lions is looking for his Harbor Freight sticker. He probably is. Lions, I'm glad you're still alive, man. Shit, we was worried about you. I thought the damn nest got you. Fucking Mike. Don't do that, man. I got to get away with these damn. I got to get along with these damn neighbors now. Well, Lions, you missed it. The neighbor was just helping his new lady friend. She had the walk of shame, which apparently things kind of went well. I mean, it's almost noon here, so I guess she didn't run out the door at 3:00 in the morning, so something must have worked out. Maybe he got him a new girlfriend. I probably was, Mike. No, seriously, I don't like to give them kids shit. There's 3 boys that live next door. My housing development is set up, and I think you guys have seen them. I live in the kind of housing development where there's these really big houses, but they're actually 2 single-family homes that are built like a duplex. They're really big. I mean, I'll just tell you straight out. They're 4-bedroom, 3-bath. They're really big joints. I mean, each of them are over 2,000 square feet. Well, at this point, 3 or 4 of the boys from the college all kick in together and they all live there. Absolutely some of the coolest neighbors I've ever seen in my life. They don't give a damn if I'm out here running power tools. They don't give a damn if I'm out here trying to run the fucking exhaust on my truck. They have their little things, and their parties aren't loud. They're not raucous. Most of the time, they're sitting over there fucking blazing it up, fucking 420 all night long. It's reeking through the fucking wall. I don't even care because I'm catching contact while I'm watching TV. The wife doesn't even know. Whatever. I'm cool with it. The wife runs out of gummies, so they end up bringing her some. Shit, we're all a happy family. Fuck it. So if they end up having to do the walk of shame every once in a while, I'll let them get away with as much humility as they need. Fuck it. I could be the kind of guy who had 3 neighbors who ended up being, nerdy dorks, and they're up at like 3:45 in the morning yelling at each other about fucking bugbears or dragons or something. Not that I'm against Dungeons and Dragons, but some of them kids get kind of hardcore about it. You know what I mean? I didn't see, honestly, she only had like, excuse me, she only had like 3 or 4 steps to make it out of the garage door, because their garage is right on the other side of my shop. And she only made like 3 or 4 steps, and then she ended up getting in the truck. He ended up having to drive her home, so maybe she wasn't in a condition to do that. I don't know. For those of you who are still virile and prone to temptation, this may not be the town for you to live in. The town that I'm in, there's a huge university here. There are gaggles of fucking co-ed, teeny bopper college girls running around here all the time. She might have been. But like I said, they mind their business. They're cool about things, so I can't give no shit. And I couldn't say whether or not she's walking funny, because hell, I don't know what she walks normal. I mean, she might be walking funny when she walked in there. Shit, I couldn't tell you. I mean, I wouldn't give it to these kids to do something like that, but you never know. I mean, it's 2025. Shit, everybody needs love. And after enough Hennessy's, everybody's walking weak. All right. The bar. Yeah, we were building the bar. Shit. So I cut these 2 pieces of plywood. Those will be the edges. I'll cut this mosaic down. I don't know if y'all heard that. The noise canceling probably killed it, but somebody got their catalytic converter stolen. That's always fun. When your Ford Windstar minivan sounds like a YZ125 dirt bike, I think somebody got you. AR, thanks for coming in, man. Okay, so the idea, let's get back to work. Shit, start trying to look productive. Then move the acrylic. Move the computadora. No, I didn't call anybody a puta. I said computadora. Move you guys over here. Let's not get my computer's charging cable caught in the belt on my table saw. That will be fun. Anyway, what was I going to show you? Shit. So this was where I finally ended up as far as what the pallet tiki wood bar top is going to be. Bunch of maple slats all stuck together. A couple of accent pieces of walnut in here, which will run 5 feet wide, 18 inches. Just what they wanted. All right. Yeah, matter of fact, I think I'm going to kill the live because I want to go show some love to Mike. If you guys ain't subscribed to Black and Shack and you've seen him doing his turning on Sundays, he does something called Sunday Spun Day. It is absolutely badass. We should all go over there and tune in for sure. Throw a link. Let me make you a mod so you can give yourself a link out there. There you go, Mike. You should be a mod. Throw your link out there. We'll all come see you. Unless all of you magnificent sons of bitches got something better to do, I'm going to have him throw his link out there, and then we'll go watch Mike on Sunday Spun Day. Unless he already dropped off. Shit. There's such a delay with this. Hold on. I bet I can go find his link. It's Sunday Spun Day. Live. Upcoming. Get the share link. Copy. There we go, guys. Thank you guys for hanging with me. I'm going to encourage everybody. Let's go check out Mike in the Sunday Spun Day. He just got himself a new shop, so he's been out of the loop for a little over a month, and the algorithm has kind of dropped him off and isn't really paying attention to what he's got going on. So if you guys will show him a little bit of love, I think he'd really love it for us to do that. Pine, good to see you, friend. I was just getting ready to wrap things up because I didn't want to step on top of Mike over at Whack and Shack. He's about to do a Sunday Spun Day. It's the first one he's done in several weeks. He's been down because he's been building a new shop, and I want him to be able to get back up in the algorithm so he can start getting his views again. You guys feel cool with that? You want to meet over there? That'll be popping off in about 15 minutes or so. In the meantime, and in between time, guidelines don't tell anybody. They'll start to expect it. My idea is I've got the top. I'll get that sanded, primed, and we'll throw some, I think I'm going to do spar urethane on it so it'll stay weatherproof. And I'll cut down the mosaic that I made. I don't know how the hell I'm going to show you guys. Well, I can just pick it up and show you. So I made a mosaic for the front, and I'll cut this down and then use the fence pickets that I was showing you guys earlier to dress out the rest. And he should have a pretty cool looking little Lady G signed up as a member. Holy hell. Let's go. I will do every bit of cheerleading on the planet except for the peer. Yeah, I'm not going to do all that. Although every time I mention it, I go peer, so I'm still doing it anyway. So what the fuck? Thank you. Really, thank you. So I think the last thing I'll do is I'll try to cut out the corners to get ready to put the bottom together. Get the mosaic in place. Use those fence pickets I was talking about. Dress out the rest. And I think that bar should be damn near ready to go to its new home. Question though. 5 feet across, about 3.5 feet tall, 18 inches deep. What are you going to charge for it? This guy messed around and was like, just get it finished, and then you tell me what it cost you when it's all said and done, and we'll work it out from there. I'm thinking I'm gonna hit him like $200. Buy a tape measure. You know, I've been hollering about tape measures this whole damn time, Wes. And yes, I threw the unpopular opinion out there. That's going to be the long form video this week. Your accuracy don't mean jack. Your consistency is what matters. Yeah. Wes want to be a jokester. Okay, I got you, jackwagon. Let's go. Again, I put the link. You know what I need to do? I'm going to pin Mike at the Whack and Shack's live stream. It's coming up in about 10 minutes or so. We're all going to go raid him in a minute. And I'm going to cut this off long enough for him to do his Sunday Spun Day. Wes, what I was telling him is he was building that shop for as long as he was, and the algorithm kind of fell off, so he hasn't really been picking up views or doing anything. So I want to show him a little love. Let's raid his stream. Let's get him back up into the thing, and kind of give him a slingshot back up into the feed. And then after that's done, I'll come back here. I'll cut the corners and get ready to start laying together this bar, and we'll finish it up. I think that's probably a good plan. Thank you guys for participating in me putting together this week's long form. This is a new way to do stuff. I hope you guys are digging it. This might be how I do it from now on. We were just waiting for you to get here so we could leave. Damn, Norm. Why you gotta be savage like that, man? Damn. Big shout out to Pine and Oak Woodworks too. Completely unexpected. This cat is in Bitter Vikings live stream and ends up winning a box, and then is like, nah, give it to Mike is making stuff. Damn, son. I mean, I don't know how Bearded Viking feels about it when he's like, oh, congratulations, you won a box. Beer, beer, beer. No, I'm good. Give it to him. Pine and Oak is an amazing man. All of you are absolutely amazing. Yes, it does, plywood, and I'm beginning to learn that. Hopefully, I get this video edited down by the end of the day, and I'll start posting every Sunday like I was, and maybe mine will get a little bit further. I'll get closer to that 1,000. I want to get to them 1,000 subs. How's everybody else's channels? I mean, is anybody making things? I mean, I want to get you, if you're able to, share your channels. Let everybody subscribe to each other. Let's do all of that thing. The whole, you know, where everybody subscribe to everybody. Craig Posh, good to see you. $50. Damn, Lions. Number one, your internet connection slow as hell. We've been doing that like, and I was like 20 minutes ago we was talking about. Yeah, I'll sell it for $50. You think I'll sell it $50? $50. I'm cool with that. You guys do me a favor. I got a pinned comment at the top. That's Mike with the Whack and Shack. Like I said, he's been down for several weeks because he's been having to build himself a new shop, and that kind of kicked him out of the algorithm, so it's not paying attention to him right now. Have I hit 1,000 yet? Let me go look. Probably not. I doubt it. 940. Mike with the Whacking Shack. Before you even ask, let me explain to you why his channel is called the Whacking Shack. Because everybody looks at it and they hear he's a nasty. Okay, look, he's got a sense of humor on him, and it's pretty foul. But it has nothing to do with why his channel is called the Whacking Shack. It's because he's a drummer. You know, so whacking the skins. You know, that's what it was. The Whacking Shack. But he's going to do wood turning, and he's got a show coming up called Sunday Spun Day. And Sunday Spun Day was like his Friday night shoot the poop for his channel. And it really kind of fell off. He really been getting a lot. So what time is Mike's stream? It is in about 5 minutes. I got his link pinned up at the top of the chat, right, Charles? Or right there if you're on a computer. Or right there if you're, but you get what the hell I'm talking about. I got his link pinned. I'd like to go show him some love because he's a hell of a guy. And he definitely deserves to have his traffic get resurrected so he can get back in the mix. So on that note, I might actually cut this off. If you guys want, I'm going to kick this live back on, and I'll work on the bar and get it wrapped up after Mike gets done doing with what he's doing. Unless one of you guys are going to go live, speak now, forever hold your pieces. I'm gonna call dibs on after Spun Day. Unless one of you guys planned on doing something, talk to me. There's a delay, so I gotta wait for it to do the shit. Lady's got editing to do. Listen, you guys go subscribe to Lady G too. She's been dropping that history bomb. That stuff is fucking great, dude. She like lives literally like she could pick up a rock and hit a fucking castle from her house. The shit is incredible. And Lions Fish Shop, go subscribe to him too. He does these badass tours. Like he literally lives, no shit, Sherwood Forest, like fucking Robin Hood and Little John to run through. Yeah, he lives there. And this fool, he lives right next to this joint called the King's Mill. And he shows you where that shit was like 1,000 years ago. And dude, y'all got to subscribe to them. They got some mad shit. They hit you with some hits. It's definitely badass. Yep, let's go over there and let's go rate him and make sure we're good to go. Go show him some love. I'll see you guys over there. Thanks again. Appreciate you guys. I'm cutting live.